Chapter 1. Shadows in the Night in the heart of South Korea. A hospital stood as an eerie silhouette against the moonlit sky. Inside, the corridors echoed with hushed whispers, and the flickering lights cast eerie shadows on the walls. Nurse Ji-yeon walked briskly down the dimly lit hallway, the heels of her shoes echoing ominously. She had just begun her night shift and wanted to finish her rounds quickly. As she approached a room, a chilling gust of wind blew through the corridor, causing her to shiver involuntarily. Entering the room, Ji-yeon found an elderly patient, Mrs. Lee, lying in bed, pale and frail. A sense of unease washed over her, as if a pair of unseen eyes were watching her every move. With a shudder, she pushed the thought aside and focused on checking Mrs. Lee's vital signs. Suddenly, the lights flickered and then faded into darkness. Ji-yeon's heart pounded in her chest as she fumbled for her flashlight. Its weak glow barely illuminated the room, revealing shadowy figures dancing along the walls. "Is someone there?" she whispered, her voice quivering. Silence hung heavily in the air until a distant giggle echoed down the hallway. Ji-yeon's breath caught in her throat. With each step she took, the giggling grew louder, intertwining with eerie whispers that seemed to speak of unknown horrors. Determined, she followed the chilling sounds, navigating through the labyrinthine corridors. As she turned a corner, the flickering light of an old lamp revealed three ghostly children standing before her. Their eyes glowed with a malevolent light as they beckoned her closer. "Join us, Nurse Ji-yeon," they hissed in unison. "Stay with us in eternal darkness." Fear gripped Ji-yeon's heart, but a surge of courage propelled her forward. Something was terribly wrong in this hospital, and she was determined to uncover the truth. "Not today, little ghosts," Ji-yeon said, her voice filled with determination. She pulled out a small talisman from her pocket and clasped it tightly, its protective powers radiating within her. The children's faces twisted with anger as they vanished into thin air, their sinister laughter fading away. The lights flickered back on, illuminating the now empty hallway. Ji-yeon let out a sigh of relief, knowing that she had narrowly escaped a chapter 2. Whispers at midnight the following night, Nurse Ji-yeon strolled down the hospital hallway, her steps filled with a newfound confidence. The events from the previous night had cemented her determination to unravel the secrets lurking in the shadows. As she passed by a patient's room, a familiar voice called out, "Nurse Ji-yeon, please come inside." Curiosity tinged with caution, she entered the room, finding a middle-aged man named Mr. Park lying there. His eyes gleamed with an eerie brilliance as he gestured her closer. "I've seen them too," he whispered, his voice quivering. "The spirits that haunt this hospital, seeking revenge for the atrocities committed here." Ji-yeon leaned in, her eyes widened with anticipation. "Tell me, Mr. Park, what do you know?" "The hospital was built atop an ancient burial site," he answered. "The spirits of those wronged seek vengeance, targeting anyone who works the night shift. Nurse Ji-yeon, you must find a way to appease them." She nodded, pondering on his words. "But how?" Mr. Park reached under his pillow and retrieved an old journal, its pages yellowed with age. "This journal contains the rituals to calm the spirits. You must retrace their steps, offer them solace through incantations." Ji-yeon accepted the journal, feeling a weighty responsibility settle upon her. "Thank you, Mr. Park. I won't let their suffering go unanswered." Determined to uncover the truth and bring peace to the restless spirits, Ji-yeon delved into the ancient rituals described in the journal. Night after night, she followed the instructions, scribbling notes and searching for hidden clues. With each passing chapter completed, a palpable energy surged through the hospital. Whispers of gratitude and spectral laughter echoed through the corridors, as if acknowledging Ji-yeon's efforts. One fateful night, as she stood before the final ritual, the spirits manifested themselves in a hazy apparition. Their voices merged into a chorus, their faces filled with grief and relief. "Nurse Ji-yeon, you have lifted our eternal agony," they murmured, their voices filled with gratitude. "We shall haunt this place no longer." Tears welled in Ji-yeon's eyes as she watched the spectral figures fade away, their ethereal presence finally finding peace. She closed her eyes, basking in the newfound silence that enveloped the hospital. Only the sound of her own steady breath remained. The curse that had plagued the night shift was finally lifted, thanks to Nurse Ji-yeon's determination and unwavering resolve. She had brought light to the darkness and found solace amidst the sinister shadows. But as the weeks passed, a new enigma began to unravel, a secret even more sinister than the restless spirits themselves. Chapter 3. Secrets unveiled. Weeks had gone by since Nurse Ji-yeon had appeased the spirits that haunted the hospital. The once oppressive atmosphere now felt lighter as the sun cast warm rays through the windows. However, a lingering sense of unease remained, as if the walls held secrets waiting to be uncovered. Late one night, Nurse Ji-yeon found herself rifling through the dusty archives in search of any clues that might shed light on the hospital's dark past. As she pulled out an old medical file, a photograph slipped from between its fragile pages. The image displayed a group of doctors and nurses, their faces frozen in a moment of shared camaraderie. Among them stood a familiar figure with piercing eyes, an elderly man whom Ji-yeon recognized as the hospital's former director, Dr. Kang. Curiosity piqued, Ji-yeon tracked down Dr. Kang, hoping he might enlighten her about the hospital's hidden secrets. She found him in the retired doctor's lounge, hunched over a worn-out medical journal. "Dr. Kang," Ji-yeon called out, her voice full of urgency. "I've discovered something unsettling about the hospital's past. Can you shed some light on the matter?" Dr. Kang's eyes darted to her, his expression a mix of surprise and apprehension. Sensing the weight of the moment, he motioned for Ji-yeon to sit. "The hospital was built on more than just an ancient burial site," he began, his voice trembling with the weight of confession. "It served as a cover for illegal experiments, a secret laboratory beneath these very walls." Ji-yeon gasped, her eyes widening in disbelief. "Illegal experiments? What kind?" Dr. Kang sighed, weariness etched on his face. "Experiments on human subjects, conducted in the darkest corners of this hospital. They sought to unlock the secrets of immortality, sacrificing lives in the process." Horrified, Ji-yeon's mind reeled with the implications. "And the restless spirits? Are they the victims of these experiments?" Dr. Kang nodded, his gaze filled with remorse. "Their tormented souls are the echoes of the lives that were cruelly snuffed out. They sought vengeance for the atrocities committed against them." Resolute, Ji-yeon clenched her fists. "We must expose the truth and bring justice to those who suffered." Dr. Kang's eyes softened, gratitude glimmering within them. "Together, we can bring their stories to light and ensure that no more lives are harmed within these hospital walls." United by their shared determination, Ji-yeon and Dr. Kang became an unstoppable force, forging through countless documents, testimonies, and hidden evidence. With each revelation, the web of deceit surrounding the hospital tightened, and the guilty parties came closer to being exposed. But as they deepened their investigation, dark forces within the hospital grew restless. Shadows seemed to linger around every corner, as if warning Ji-yeon and Dr. Kang of the danger closing in upon them. In the darkness, a pair of sinister eyes watched their every move, ready to do whatever it took to keep the secrets buried. Chapter 4. The final confrontation. Fear gripped Nurse Ji-yeon and Dr. Kang as they delved deeper into their investigation, aware that they had drawn the attention of powerful individuals determined to keep their secrets buried. Late one night, while poring over classified documents, a sudden knock on Ji-yeon's apartment door startled her. Cautiously, she opened it, revealing a tall, imposing figure. Dr. Park, the current hospital director. "May I come in, Nurse Ji-yeon?" Dr. Park's voice dripped with false courtesy, his eyes harboring a sinister gleam. Reluctantly, Ji-yeon stepped aside, allowing him entry. Dr. Kang's presence provided some semblance of comfort as he stood by her side, their shared resolve emboldening them both. "What brings you here, Director Park?" Ji-yeon asked, suppressing her unease. Dr. Park's lips curled into a sinister smile. "You've come dangerously close to uncovering the truth, Nurse Ji-yeon. But rest assured, we cannot allow that to happen." Suddenly, darkness engulfed the room as the lights flickered and died. Panic surged through Ji-yeon's veins as she fumbled for her flashlight. Its beam revealed a group of masked individuals surrounding them, their intentions clear. Dr. Kang stepped forward, his gaze unyielding. "You won't silence us. The truth will prevail." With a mocking laugh, Dr. Park motioned to his henchmen. "Take them away. Let's put an end to their meddling once and for all." A fierce struggle erupted as Ji-yeon and Dr. Kang fought against their assailants. They darted between punches and kicks, their determination fueled by the knowledge that their lives and the lives of the countless victims depended on their success. Suddenly, a resounding crash shattered the chaotic scene. The hospital staff, having learned of the corruption within their midst, stormed the apartment, overpowering Dr. Park's henchmen. Gasping for breath, Nurse Ji-yeon and Dr. Kong looked up to find a young nurse, Sumin, leading the charge. Tears streamed down her face as she extended a hand, offering help and salvation. Together, we'll expose the truth and bring justice, Sumin declared, her voice filled with determination. Ji-yeon gripped her hand, her gratitude flowing through their connection. With newfound allies by their side, they would conquer the darkness that had plagued the hospital for far too long. As the dawn broke, cleansing the shadows that had haunted the establishment, Ji-yeon, Dr. Kong, and the hospital staff emerged victorious. The corrupt individuals responsible for the illegal experiments were brought to justice, and the truth behind the hospital's dark past was exposed to the world. From that day forward, the hospital transformed, becoming a beacon of healing and renewed hope. Nurse Ji-yeon and her allies rebuilt the reputation of the institution, ensuring that the victims of past atrocities were never forgotten. As for the spirits that once haunted the halls, they found solace in the knowledge that justice had been served, a testament to the indomitable spirit of those who refused to let evil triumph. And so, amidst the light of truth and redemption, Nurse Ji-yeon continued her work, dedicating herself to healing those in need. The hospital, once the domain of nightmares, became a place of comfort and salvation, a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the power of unwavering determination. The Asian hospital horrors were no more,